This is the forum to prove it. The United Nations General Assembly. Joe Biden was here for the first time as U.S. president to restake a claim.
We will lead on all the greatest challenges of our time, from COVID to climate, peace and security, human dignity and human rights, but we will not go it alone.
That America is a leader by principle, a leader by example. The big announcement was on the big challenge, our climate, a financial pledge and a boost for Prime Minister Johnson as he prepares for the COP conference in Glasgow in just a few weeks.
In April, I announced the United States will double our public international financing to help developing nations tackle the climate crisis. And today, I'm proud to announce that we'll work with the Congress to double that number again. And with our added support, together with increased private capital and from other donors, we'll be able to meet the goal of mobilizing $100 billion to support climate action in developing nations.
Mr. Biden talked of an inflection point for the world, but his own presidency has had its own big inflection point in recent weeks. Allies have questioned American commitment, reliability, leadership, and its priorities over Afghanistan and more.
We've ended 20 years of conflict in Afghanistan. And as we close this period of relentless war, we're opening a new era of relentless diplomacy, of using the power of our development aid to invest in new ways of lifting people up around the world.
He insisted he would continue to defend democracy, however challenging it may be, and yet Afghanistan was a challenge, militarily at least, too far. And there was a message, too, for the great competitor, China.
We'll stand up for our allies and our friends and oppose attempts by stronger countries to dominate weaker ones, whether through changes to territory by force, economic coercion, technical exploitation, or disinformation. But we're not seeking, say it again, we are not seeking a new Cold War.
Clearly, climate was a key theme, and that pledge to double U.S. funding for developing countries to help them fight climate change, well, that is hugely significant. But the thrust of this speech felt like it was about much more than just climate change. And a central thread running through it was his desire to re-establish America once again as a global leader. It was with the climate in mind that Boris Johnson and his delegation arrived by train into D.C. from New York for his first White House visit. He comes with a boost, the U.S. climate commitment and the scrapping of the U.S. travel ban.
This is very good news in the sense that the United States has stepped up to the plate with a massive contribution, a very substantial contribution, $11.2 billion, I think it is. And that's a very, very good start. It means that we're a long way towards the goal that we need to achieve.
But there remain challenges aplenty. The future of Afghanistan, the stability of NATO, the rise of China, and of course that trade deal with America. Mark Stone, Sky News at the White House.